Say what? FHA, USDA, VA, PHFA. What do all these acronyms mean? So we hear all these acronyms, FHA, USDA, PHFA, VA. So could you tell us a little bit about what some of those other loan programs are?
Sure. So your FHA, your VA, and your USDA are going to be your government loan options. So FHA stands for the Federal Housing Administration, which is a government type of loan. They generally require a 3.5% down payment, and there is mortgage insurance associated with most FHA mortgages depending on the down payment. VA mortgages are for veterans. They are 100% financing, so for a lot of veterans that have served in our military, it is a really great option for them.
So there's still closing costs, it's just that they can finance 100%.
Correct, yeah, okay. Absolutely. And then USDA, which is also known as a rural housing loan, it's properties that fall within a specific area. So some counties, the whole county is eligible. For other counties, there's certain areas that are eligible for USDA, which is that 100% financing as well. Most government rates are a little bit lower. So that's one of the perks of doing a government loan. Some of the government loans do require inspections, so sometimes, depending on the loan type, they might require a termite inspection, or if the property is a little more rural, they might require a water test, or sometimes, a septic inspection, different things like that. PHFA here in Pennsylvania, it's the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. They offer different loan programs. So we were talking about grant programs earlier. The grant programs a lot of times are offered through PHFA. So if you're purchasing in the state of Pennsylvania and you meet certain criteria as far as being a first-time home buyer, or during a certain type of mortgage, or having a certain credit score, you might qualify for some additional assistance money.
So you still would get either a VA or an FHA or a conventional loan,
yeah.
But then PHFA works with that product.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not like you just get a PHFA loan.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's just so much, and this is your expertise. So all this,
it's a lot of information.
A lot of information. So I'm learning a lot. So Ellen, in talking to other realtors and some buyers from years ago, the word on the street was, well, my friend bought a house with no money down. They got gift money. They got closing cost help. So what is realistic and what is not realistic?
Sure. So there's a lot of different loan programs that have little or smaller down payments that are required for the type of loan. There are loans that are 100% financing, but those loans, there's still closing costs in the state of Pennsylvania. So even if you qualify for a loan that's 100% financing, you're still going to need money to pay your closing costs. Now, those closing costs can be paid from additional funds that are not your own funds. So you can get gift money if your parents, grandparents, aunt, uncle, brother, cousin, sister want to give you a gift to help you out with your down payment. They can certainly do that.
And so it has to be a family member.
Family member, yeah, family member transaction for the gift funds. Grant money, so it could be a combination of both. If you do a 100% financing program and you need $10,000 in closing costs, $5,000 can come from a family member as a gift, and the other $5,000 can come from either a state or county assistance program. So all of your closing costs truly can be paid for by someone else. Seller assist is another big one. So, if the seller wants to help out, the conventional loan is 3% seller assist, but all of the government loan programs will allow up to 6% seller assist.
So that's one reason why we love working with Ellen. As you can tell, she's so knowledgeable, but she will go and dig and get grant money if it's available. She's not going to just say, hey, we have a 30-year fixed program, we have an FHA and we have a VA. You dig, and I know in working with you over the years, PHFA coupled with this and doing this, and you might, pull 3 things in to make it work for that buyer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We thank you for all that extra energy and time that you put into helping the buyers out.
Yeah. So one of the great things is, when we look at a pre-approval, especially for a first-time home buyer, we're looking at all those options. So initially when we pre-approve a buyer, there might be 3, 4, 5 different types of loan programs that are an option for them. So they can look at the options and say, okay, well, I like the down payment on this one better, or I like that I can get, down payment assistance with this type of loan program, or I like the interest rate better on this one, or the mortgage insurance is cheaper on this one. So it really does give them a lot of options, and depending on where they find a property that they like, there might be even more options. You mentioned USDA. USDA is specific to an area.
Right, and I do have that client that you're doing their loan for them.
Yeah.
So he was approved for a USDA loan, which means it's only in specific areas. So Ellen provided the website to me and my client, and every property that we thought might fit his needs, we would type it in and it would say, yes, it's eligible, or no, it's not. We looked at properties, we wrote multiple offers, we finally got one, so it's in processing right now. But he's on 100% financing, which is fabulous.
Yeah, it's a wonderful loan. So we really do try and fit the needs of each individual client. And sometimes, you know, we give them all those loan options, but then it takes them finding a house, and then we look at the sales price and how much they need to put down and the closing costs for that particular property and make sure it's still the best fit for that client.
Today we learned a lot about all kinds of different loan programs, so thank you again for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, if they would like to apply, find out their options, what's your phone number again?
Sure, you can contact me at 717-275-6270.